New Concept Videosports.com presents Northwest Indiana Girls High School basketball. In this opening contest of the 2014-15 season, we have the Hobart Lady Brickies hosting the Lady Satellites from South Central Union Mills High School. This is our first opportunity to see South Central in our fifth year of bringing you high school sports to the region, and we're looking forward to seeing what this 1A school can bring to the table. The Satellites are led by Rick Budka, starting his seventh year as skipper, and he comes into tonight's game with a 59-66 record. The past two seasons, the visitors had a combined 29-16 record, but lost in the first round of sectional play. But with a schedule that consists of 2 3A and 5 4A schools, the Satellites will have their hands full during the regular season. But when tournament time rolls around, Coach Budka feels his team will be prepared to make a run at a sectional championship. Mike Hamaker, in his 11th season leading the charge, has a very respectable 137-84 record. But the one thing that has eluded the Brickies in his tenure is also a sectional championship. But this year's senior-laden squad is determined to make a run at a title, something the Bricks haven't accomplished since 1999. Losing talented players from a year ago, the Bricks have more balance in their game and have scoring threats from behind the arch and in the post. The Brickies have always had tough defensive players under Coach Hamaker, and this year is no different. Next, high school basketball like no other in Northwest Indiana. New Concept Videosports.com. New Concept Videosports.com offers all our videos for free at no cost to the schools, parents, or athletes. Just click on the Vimeo button at the bottom of your screen 2 weeks from the time they're posted for your free download. Our sponsors make this possible. Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is the leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athletes shop. By Making Finance Personal, presented by Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Management in Crown Point in Valparaiso. Tune in to Mike, Jason, and Steven every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. for Making Finance Personal on AM 560 WIND in Chicago. By the School City of Hobart, who foster intellectual curiosity, natural abilities, critical thinking, and literacy in students, while developing respectful and responsible citizens who are excited about the challenges of tomorrow, confident in their ability to chart the future, and dedicated to the pursuit of lifelong learning. By Doctors Tim and Elisa Mullally and the Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute in Crown Point. If you're looking for a sports medicine doctor or just a family physician, visit their team today. They're located at the corner of I-65 and US 231 in the St. Anthony's Franciscan Building in Crown Point. And by J&J's Pizza Shack in their 7 Northwest Indiana locations, featuring the piping hot kitchen sink. Try their hot wings and chicken dinners, or a variety of mouth-watering sandwiches. Then top it off with a slice of Eli's cheesecake. Stop by one of their locations today in Hobart, Lake Station, Michigan City, Portage, Roselawn, Valparaiso, and now in LaPorte.
They hard hedge on ball screens, so what should we be looking for in Utah? High-low.
Kick to the corner.
Kick to the corner. What else? Okay, if we hit here and we roll and we've got that high-low look, where can the help come from? Here, right? Pass there. So it'll come from the guard or the post. Does that make sense? Okay, and just play. What happens if we make that pass? This guard cuts through and the post follow, and we're right back in. Okay, let's just go out there tonight, guys. Execute. Let's have some fun. We play good defense, guys, and this is gonna win or lose the game for you guys right here.
Tough teams are identified with toughness. Tough teams play great defense and take pride in it. Tough teams take charges. Tough teams get on the floor. Tough teams set the tone. Tough teams determine how games are played. Tough teams execute and control the tempo.
It's on you.
All right, family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Let's go, ladies.
The first quarter of play and your free download of tonight's game is made possible by Oak Partners Wealth and Retirement Planning in Crown Point and Valparaiso. Listen to the radio program Making Finance Personal every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. on 560 WIND in Chicago. The Satellites won the tip to open play on this Tuesday evening, and they wasted little time grabbing the lead in this one when Riley Popwell hit Olivia Tolman in the paint, and she laid it in easily for a 2-point South Central lead. On the Brickies' first offensive set, and with South Central in a zone, a pass down low was picked off by junior Riley Popwell, and the Satellites are on offense again. The ball was then passed to Morgan Wright on the wing, and a spin move and drive to the basket later, and the SC guard was fouled going to the hoop, and will have a pair from the stripe. The Brickies got on the board at the 5:39 mark when Kaylin Trezak took the pass from Kara Cook, then proceeded to nail a tray from the left baseline, cutting the SC lead to 1. Following a South Central turnover, the Brickies had the ball and a chance to take the lead. But a pass in the post to Haley Collins was blocked by Riley Popwell, and the Satellites are on offense again. Then a foul on the possession by the Brickies, and SC will have the ball out from underneath their own goal. With the Bricks also in his zone, the ball was loose a few times and was finally secured by Madison Toblin, who found Morgan Wright in the corner all alone, and she locked in on a 3 to extend the visitors' lead. Following a turnover by the Satellites and a couple by the Brickies, South Central had possession again. That ended when Olivia Tolman grabbed 2 offensive rebounds, then was fouled on her 3rd attempt, and will head to the line for a couple. On Hobart's next offensive set, a nice Kaylin Trezak pass in the paint to Kara Cook, who was all alone, but the shot wouldn't fall. Finally, the ball was knocked out of bounds, and South Central will be on offense again. Then with the ball out of bounds from underneath their own basket, the ball was kicked out to Mika Hatley, who found Hannah Stolt down low, and she laid it in for a 9-point South Central lead. The Bricks were on the run, but another defensive stop by the Satellites when Madison Toblin intercepted the pass, then quickly got the ball to Riley Popwell, who drove to the hoop and laid it in. And with a minute remaining in the first, the visitors have a double-digit lead. But before you can blink an eye, the Brickies were back down offensively. And receiving the ball behind the arch was Elena Ritker, and she calmly knocked down the tray and cut the SC lead to 7. Next, a one-and-done by the Satellites, and 2 passes later and a nifty move going to the basket by senior Kaylin Trezak, and the lead is now down to 5. Back quickly came SC, and attacking the basket was Riley Popplewell, who was fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the charity stripe for 2 more. Finally, with the Brickies having the final possession, a block shot by South Central, and the ball rolled between the legs of Hobart's Jess Parlock that was scooped up by Kara Cook, who quickly got the ball back up and it fell through at the horn. So after 1 period, we have a good one, with the South Central Satellites leading the Hobart Brickies by 4. The second quarter of play and your free download of tonight's game is made possible by J&J's Pizza Shack and their 7 Northwest Indiana locations to serve you. The Hobart Brickies had possession to open play here in the second, trailing by 4. And with a half a minute gone, sophomore Elena Ritker locked in on another tray and knocked it down, cutting the lead to a single digit. Then on the Satellites' first offensive attempt of the period, a couple shots that were off the mark. A Brickie rebound and Hobart was on the run. Then at the other end and left all alone at the left baseline was Kaylin Trezak, and she proceeded to give the home team their first lead of the night. But South Central tied the game when on their next possession, Riley Popwell took the pass at the left baseline, then beat her defender, drove to the basket, and laid it in easily. Next, a nice pass down low that was deflected, then grabbed by Olivia Tolman, and SC has a chance to retake the lead. Getting the ball down quickly and a couple crisp passes later, the ball found the hands of Hannah Howell, and she was fouled on the shot, and she'll head to the charity stripe for a pair. On Hobart's next set, Kara Cook received the pass in the paint and was fouled before the shot. So the Bricks will have the ball out of bounds, still tied at 16. Next, a three-point attempt by Kaylin Trezak that was a bit short, but rebounded by Jess Parlock, who was fouled. So the Bricks will have another offensive opportunity. Then a three-point attempt by Hobart's Marissa Chavez was a bit strong. A South Central rebound, and the Satellites are on the attack. But another SC turnover, and the Brickies will have a chance to regain the lead. Then on Hobart's next possession, a one and done, and South Central has the ball again. On the inbound from underneath their own goal, the ball was tossed to Morgan Wright at the left baseline, and she lined up a three-pointer, then knocked it down. Following 2 minutes of sloppy play and turnovers at each end of the court, the Brickies had the ball with under a minute left in the half, still trailing by a tray. Then on their next offensive set, the ball was thrown to Elena Ritker in the corner, who fired up a three-pointer and splashed it in, tying the contest at 19. Finally, with 1.7 seconds left in the quarter and off the missed Hobart free throw, a South Central rebound, and the half is history, with the South Central Lady Satellites and the Hobart Lady Brickies tied at 19. The third period of play in your free download of tonight's game is made possible by the School City of Hobart, who foster intellectual curiosity, natural abilities, critical thinking, and literacy in students, while developing respectful and responsible citizens who are excited about the challenges of tomorrow. The third period opened with the Hobart Brickies having the basketball, and it didn't take long to recapture the lead when Marissa Chavez handed the ball to Kara Cook, and she blew past a couple satellite defenders, then laid it in off the glass. A Hobart foul, and South Central will have the ball out from the side. The inbound was given to Olivia Tolman near the timeline, and she took it all the way to the basket, where she was met by Kara Cook, who stood her ground, drawing the offensive foul. Next for the Brickies, a nice pass down low to Haley Collins, who couldn't get it to drop, and a satellite rebound. On South Central's second offensive opportunity of the period, a drive, then a spin move by Morgan Wright, who then dished off to Madison Tomlin, who attempted a three that was a bit strong, and the Brickies have the basketball again. Grabbing the rebound was senior Kara Cook, who took it coast to coast, but was fouled before the shot, and Hobart will have the ball from underneath their own basket. Then some good Brickie ball movement, followed up by a drive to the basket by Marissa Chavez, and Hobart has extended their lead. On South Central's next offensive set, a three-point attempt was off the mark, and another Kara Cook rebound, and Hobart is on the run again. Once up court, the Bricks slowed it down. Then a pass into the hands of Elena Richter in the corner, and without hesitation, she drained another tray. Again, we had a couple uneventful trips up and down the court by each team, and now the Bricks have the ball, trying to add to their 7-point lead. And they did just that when Marissa Chavez drove to her right, then changed directions and hooked it in with her left hand. And the Hobart lead is now at 9. A minute and a half went by without a score. Finally, a Brickie foul gave the ball back to South Central underneath their own goal. Off the inbound, the ball was given to Morgan Wright, and she drove the baseline. Then she put up the shot and was fouled, so she'll head to the stripe for a pair. On Hobart's next possession, an unforced turnover and a foul on the Brickies will give the ball back to SC from the side. On the inbound, the ball was given to Riley Popowell, and she did it herself, driving to the top of the key, then quickly throwing down a 14-foot jumper and the visitors are closing the gap. A one and done for Hobart, and the Satellites are on the run again. And getting the ball into the paint was Riley Popplewell. Then one dribble later, and the Hobart lead is down to 3. And a Mike Hamaker timeout. With 40 seconds to play in the third, the Brickies had the ball. And driving hard to the basket was Brooke McDonald, who put up the shot that was blocked by Riley Popplewell. And all she did was grab the rebound and took it coast to coast. Then on the lay-in, Riley was fouled on the play. And with a made free throw, we could have ourselves a new ball game. But on the Brickies' next set, another possession arrow gave the ball back to the visitors, and a chance for them to take the lead before the break. But an inbound violation on SC, and the Bricks will have a chance to retake the lead. After 3 periods of play, we're tied at 28. The fourth quarter of play and your free download of tonight's game is made possible by Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso. Their team has been serving your team since 1959. Visit their website today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops. And by Drs. Tim and Lisa Mullally and the Indiana Sports and Medical Science Institute in Crown Point. If you're in need of a sports medicine doctor or just a family physician, give them a call today. They're located at the corner of I-65 and US 231 in Crown Point. The first points of the final period came 1 minute in, with South Central in possession. On the offensive set, following a Brickie turnover, Olivia Tolman dribbled through the Hobart defense, then fired in a 14-footer from the left elbow to recapture the lead. Then on the Brickies' next possession, a few missed shots, a Satellite rebound, and a Brickie foul will send Riley Popplewell to the line early here in the fourth period. Following a few missed attempts and turnovers at each end of the court, the Bricks will have the ball out from the side, still trailing by 4. The ball was handed to Caitlin Trezak, who gave it right back to Elena Ritker, who took one dribble, then buried a tray, and Hobart is back within 1. With Hobart still trailing by a point, they were on the run again, but a missed shot attempt, a rebound, and a foul on the home team will send Madison Tomlin to the line for a 1-and bonus. On the Brickies' next possession, a 3-point shot by Elena Ritker was off the mark. But a foul, not on the shot but following the attempt, and Ritker will head to the line for a 1-and bonus. Elena made 1 of 2, closing the gap to 1 point. But on the return trip for SC, Hannah Howell took the pass in the paint, then kicked it out to Madison Tomlin, who nailed a big tray. and the Satellite lead is back to 4. Next for Hobart, a drive to the hoop and a foul will send Brickie Kara Cook to the line, and she'll try to cut into this modest SC lead with a pair of free throws. Then on South Central's next possession, a Hobart foul will send Riley Popplewell back to the line for a double bonus. Trailing by 5 and off the missed free throw attempt, Brooke McDonald grabbed the board and took it coast to coast and was fouled on the shot. And she'll have the opportunity to put points on the board with the clock being stopped. So with one tick less than 3 minutes left in the game, the Hobart Brickies trail the South Central Satellites by 4 and are in possession. On the offensive set, it was Marissa Chavez taking the pass near the timeline. Then beating her defender, drove to the basket and laid it in. And we have a one-possession game again. Then a South Central turnover, and the Bricks have a chance to tie or take the lead in this one. But first, a timeout. Then on a huge defensive play by the Satellites, a nice move to the basket by Brooke McDonald. But Riley Popplewell stole the ball from the Brickie sophomore and went the distance. And the lead is now back to 4, and time becoming a factor in this one. But the Bricks aren't going away easy when on their next possession, Marissa Chavez took the pass and on a nice move to the net, laid it in, and the SC lead is back down to 2. But on the return trip for the Satellites, a Brickie foul and Morgan Wright will head to the stripe for a double bonus. But a couple missed SC free throws, a Kara Cook rebound, a drive to the basket, and she'll head to the line for a couple. Then with 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining and only trailing by the smallest of margins, a nice offensive set by the Brickies, and an SC foul will send Kaylin Trezak to the charity stripe for a couple, and a chance for a Brickie lead. With under a minute remaining and the game tied, South Central had the basketball. But a nice play by Hobart's Maddie Leonard, a possession arrow call, will give the ball back to the Satellites, following a timeout. Next, for South Central, a missed shot attempt. Then a loose ball foul on the bricks will send Hannah Howell to the stripe for some very important free throw attempts. Back for the Brickies, it was Marissa Chavez again, driving to the hole. And she was fouled, and the senior guard will head to the free throw line for some pressure-packed free throws. Back at the other end of the court with seconds remaining, an intentional foul will send Madison Tomlin back to the stripe, and she can make it a 3-point lead with a couple made attempts. With Hobart in possession and trailing by a tray, an intentional SC foul will send Brooke McDonald to the line for a 1 and bonus. Then following another Brickie timeout, Brooke, we believe, was instructed to miss the second attempt. But as luck would have it, the ball went in the basket, and the deficit is now at 1 with seconds remaining. Then on the inbound, a quick foul will send Riley Popowell to the line to try to make this a 3-point game. But a missed second attempt, a last-minute shot at the buzzer, and the South Central Satellites come away with a victory. A good game between these two teams, something we expected here tonight. A very special thanks to Mike Hamaker and the Hobart Brickies for having us here on this evening. For New Concept, Videosports.com, this is Bob Guerrero.